Alright, so it's been a while since we've done a video, and I have been doing some work. Decided to scrap most of the chicken coop video because I had to work over it over the course of a couple months, and I found it went a lot faster when I just came out here and just started doing it instead of trying to record everything. So I'm taking you in the coop now in our little chicken fence, and I'll show you what we got. Alright, so I designed all this stuff on the computer before I put it together. And then, like I said, it took a couple months to actually do it. I had to do it a couple hours every other night or once a weekend or whatever time I had available. And so this is what we ended up with. The inside of it, it's coming out pretty good. It's looking pretty nasty today, so we're probably going to clean that out. But that's what we got going on there. So if you're looking for like a how to build a coop video, then this probably isn't it, but but this is mine and this is what I put together, and I think it's all right. It's not as pretty as I want it to be, but it's good enough. So in addition to getting the chickens, there's some other stuff that's changed since our last recording, and one of the main additions is right over here. So yeah, we decided to add some rabbits to the mix. They grow pretty quickly, they breed pretty quickly. We got 1 male and 2 females, so once they are old enough to start breeding, we should be pumping out rabbits here pretty quickly. Never had rabbit meat before, so looking forward to trying that. My main project over here right now is the chicken coop, but that's not all. We got more. Now over there by the well, Brandy's been working on trying to grow different things in the soil here, and our soil, you can kind of see it by the Durango over there. It's a little white. It's not the best soil to be growing stuff in. It's a little sandy, as Florida tends to be. So we were looking at building some crop plots. I think what we need to be doing is making compost. I still haven't figured out how that fucking works, so that's something that we're gonna end up doing with it. But I think initially it'll be fine to mix it in with here, have a little bit of extra fertilizer, a little bit of extra material in there rather than just garden soil. So that's what I'm going to work on now. One of the things I really wanted to include in the coop was this flap right here. So what this allows me to do is to clean out the bottom of the roosts, and without having to like scoop things out over anything. I guess I can just go in there with a rake and shovel it right out. And the coop sits really high on purpose so that I can fit a wheelbarrow underneath. And all I gotta do is stick the rake back there and just drag it straight out. It's great. Alright, so these nests, they are a little different. I use this just a hand rake, and I'll just pull out from the back and pull them forward. This one actually doesn't look too bad, so I might just leave it, honestly. They're not big enough to where they're laying eggs, so they're not really looking for like a nesting spot right now. So there is some poop in here, but really like a good mix up like this, because it's so much in there, I might actually end up just leaving this. So I guess this is a good opportunity to explain how we're going to get the eggs out when we actually start laying eggs. I wanted to do a top-down thing here because I felt like if I opened it up in the back, that'd be a little startling. So I really like the idea of a top open, but this with the shingles on top is actually pretty damn heavy. So that's the only downside to it, but it's a small cost to pay, and honestly, you really could just reach in from the sides there. This is a little tall for Brandy. Her head's like right about here on me, so it's a little tall for her, but for me it works out just fine. So now we're gonna refill the bedding in here. We just used some basic pine shavings you get from Tractor Supply. Nothing too fancy, just a little nest for them to poop on. Now I'm trying to even it out a little bit, but truth is when they get back in here, they're going to be kicking up stuff and moving it around. And what I've seen they like to do is go in the back here and dig themselves a little hole, kind of like a crawfish, and then they all pile up back to here. For whatever reason, this is their favorite area. You know, it ain't gotta be perfect. Like I said, they're gonna mess it up anyway. So I think we're done with the coop today. All right, so this is one of those bags of soil right there. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do, and I'm just making this up as I go, so don't take this as advice. This is me experimenting. I'm gonna put one bag down, and then I'm gonna do a nice layer of chicken poo, and then depending on how long she takes to get the rabbit poo, then I'll just keep layering it like that. I don't know if it's the best way to do it or whatever, but the way I look at it is this is starter soil, and over time, once we get our composting down and all of that, we'll be able to add more and more in here to enrich the soil and make it better. So I don't really care that it's not perfect or that it's not the best that it could be, or this is the best method, because over time that'll be refined and eventually we'll have something great. So that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, that's pretty much it. Used all 6 bags, put the wheelbarrow full of chicken crap in there, put a whole, whatever that is, 5-gallon bucket of rabbit crap, and yeah, I think it came out okay. We're talking about what we're going to put in here. I don't know what she's going to decide on. This is Brandy's project, I just build it. But yeah, I like this. In the future, we're probably going to go higher with it. And eventually, we're going to end up just using straight compost or some composted soil in there. That's the plan anyway. And then once we experiment with this one and we have some fun, then we're going to put, I could probably fit 3 more here before we end up at the air conditioner. So that is the plan. I think I'm done for today. I think I did enough labor today. I think I'm gonna go relax. But anyway, thanks for watching.